Okay, just going to go through rationalising the single denominator. Okay, so what does the word rationalise mean? Okay, so rationalise comes from the word rational, which means making something a rational number. If you want to make something a rational number, like for example, if you've got root 2 and you want to make it a rational number, that means you have to remove the surd. Okay, now the only way to remove the surd would be just to multiply it by another root 2, because root 2 times root 2 is root 4, which gives you 2. But what you're effectively doing here is you're changing the whole number, so there's kind of no point to that. The point is, if you want to actually rationalise the denominator, when you have a fraction, if you do the same thing to the top and the bottom of a fraction, you don't actually change it. For example, if you multiply this fraction by 3 on the top and the bottom, you get 6 on 9. And you haven't actually changed the fraction, you've just broken it up into more parts, 9 parts instead of 3. So if you have 2 on root 5, for example, and you want to rationalise the denominator, then basically you multiply the top and the bottom by root 5. So go 2 times root 5 is 2 root 5, and root 5 times root 5 is root 25, and if you can go to this quickly, then that would equal 2 root 5 over 5. You can welcome to go straight to there, root 5 times root 5. If you times the surd by itself, you just get 5, like you get what's underneath the surd, which is a rational number. So now you notice the denominator is rational because it's 5, it's got no surds. Okay, 7 minus root 2 on root 2. Okay, so if you're looking at that one, multiplying this top and bottom by root 2, then when you expand the bracket, you get 7 times root 2, which is 7 root 2, and root 2 times root 2 is root 4, which is 2. Root 4, which gives you 2. Root 2 times root 2 is root 4 also, that's root 4, which gives you 2. Okay. The other thing to think about is if I have 2 things on the bottom, you don't have to rationalise the 2, so it's sufficient just to multiply by root 3. Because when you multiply the bottom by root 3, so you get 2 times root 9, and the root 9 will then become a 3. So it's 2 times 3. And on the top, 5 times root 3 is 5 root 3. Root 3 times root 3 is root 9, which is 3. So we have 5 root 3 minus 3, which is 5 root 3 minus 3 on 6. Okay. Now, I just want to look at one where maybe you might have to simplify after you do it. So let's just say this is root 3 minus root 2. Okay, so let's go 3 root 2. Alright, so you multiply top and bottom by root 2. On the bottom, we end up with 3 times 2, because root 2 times root 2 is root 4, which is 3 times 2, which is going to give 6. The top here is 2 root 3 times root 2, which would be, so it's 2 root 3 times root 2. Surd times surd, so it's 2 root 6. So it's 2 root 6, and root 2 times root 2 is root 4, which is 2. So 2 root 6 minus 2 over 6.